feet tall, weighing 750 pounds. To your right, across that back hill, it's Okapi. Okapis are one of the only known living relatives of the giraffe. They share a very similar head bone structure and a very similar tongue. The Okapi tongue is actually long enough that they can reach up and lick their own eyeballs, nostrils, very good ease. Never what you are. They're also about 4.5 feet tall and close to 850 pounds.
Hi.
Alright. Now, the creatures in this region do like to hide quite a bit, so it's always a challenge to know exactly where they might be hiding at. Like to your left, sleeping in the corner over here is a black rhinoceros. This creature weighs between 1,000 and 3,000 pounds. It's also a solitary creature, as there's only very few and rare times you find two of them directly next to one another. One such occasion would be like at nighttime near a watering hole. You might find two of them looking to get a bit more acquainted with each other. Up on the hillsides to your right are some bongos hiding over there. Real well. Bongos actually have a nickname, and that's called Ghosts in the Forest, because they truly know how to use the terrain to hide. So we don't know exactly what you're looking for, they just disappear. And off here to your left-hand side are some saddlebill stork, a few more bongos hiding on the back. You might see their coat, it's a darker copper tone one. You might see it way over there. I can tell you they hide really well. And that saddlebill stork's around 5 feet tall and only weighs 17 pounds. But the next stop in their journey is going to be the Sabi River. Once we get over this hill, and off in the corner to your right, submerged in the waters, a non-hippopotamus. A few of you might be able to see it. But a hippo can submerge and they stay underneath that water for 8 minutes in one single time.
It's under the water here.
Oh, no, that's not it. It's all the way back there.
And there's off here on the island to your left-hand side, the pink-backed pelicans. Yeah. Now hippopotamuses do eventually please remain sitting friends.
No, you come this way. You come this way.
To get a breath of fresh air, and then they will go underneath the water for another 8 minutes or so. And you just saw how well they hide really well and don't really see them until they re-submerge themselves
Okay,
into the
that's
water.
bongo.
They actually communicate with one another through a wheezing, honking noise, making their nostrils to each other. And saddlebill storks, pink-backed pelicans, there is a time when you will find pink feathers directly on the back summits around their mating season time. And a group of them is called a pond of pelicans. There's a few more hippos in the corner here to the left-hand side. And there's also the corner to your left, the Nile crocodile. A creature about 15 to 20 feet in length and weighing around 500 pounds. They have very powerful jaws and also very territorial creatures. So when they move rather quickly. On land, 10 miles per hour. In water, 15 miles per hour. And they can jump 5 to 10 feet up in the air. And now we're going to continue this journey all the way to the savannah region.
I'm looking further. We're going to Savannah.
All scattered around the region, there's a lot of giraffes. We should be able to get a better look smart here so I can tell you what happened. As there's 9 different species of giraffe. Oh, I do also see some Anatolian camels over there to your right hand side. They're a creature with horns that grow between 5 and 6 feet in length, and they're originally weighed 5 to 12 pounds at most. We'll see if you can swing around to get closer view of all these giraffes. But a group of them is in one single location like that. It is called a tower of giraffes. Now if you look off to your left hand side against the back corner wall over there, you'll see it sleeping in the ground, the wild African dogs. Or nicknamed much commonly known by as painted dogs. They are a pack of animals that work with each other to accomplish a goal. One thing they can do is maintain a speed of 40 miles per hour for nearly 6.5 miles straight. And when they talk to each other, the sound that emits from the creature is a high-pitched, almost rubber ducky-like
They're like
sound.
only dogs. What is the camera see better than I can see?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you should look in the camera. That's what I'm doing. What the? Oh, it's on the grass. Is this? Grandma, it's on the grass. Giraffe time.
And these are Maasai giraffes.
I don't know, maybe the baby.
They have what's called the messy spot pattern. It means there's no sort of repetition
Yeah, that's
or
what I
even a
think that's a
completion
baby.
with the spot
Yeah,
pattern,
that's a baby one.
as they are very much just a
I think that's a baby.
And the reason a group of them is called a tower is because, well, they are very tall creatures. Even when they are firstborn, as they start life around 6 feet tall. And firstborn, they are called calves, like a small one there to your left. And then it takes them a good hour to know how to fully walk and run when they are first
Found a baby one, Grandma. Grandma.
And about 5 to 8 years later down the road, they will stand anywhere from 15 up to about 20 feet high up in the air. And they also weigh closer to the 7,000 pound range. Spending 20 years of the day eating, they will spend only about 30 minutes of the day sleeping, and they do take short little power naps for old days time. Further ahead of us are some horned mountain zebras, a group of which is known as a dazzle. And there's a young little foal over here to your right hand side. Young foals, when they are first born, they know how to fully walk and run in the first 15 minutes of being born.
Grandma,
And
look
if you
at
ever
those
want to
big
know what
horns.
straps on top of which, their nose, their hips,
Just on that head.
since they all have a black nose, this means they all have a black body. The white stripes are found directly on top of that.
Grandma, look at that baby
Black
zebra.
body, black stripes on top of that. The split nose, I have no idea. Now there's also up here to your right hand side the white-bearded wildebeest, a migratory animal that migrates nearly 1,000
And another
miles
zebra.
every single year.
Where? No, I mean another.
To give you an idea, you're roughly about 6 feet off the ground right now. And so, like this one beside right to our right, I just take a stab at a dart. I'm saying it's about 12 to 14 feet high up in the air. This vehicle only stands about 12 feet tall and even towers over it. And how you know when they're sleeping is when they are completely motionless, not moving a single muscle. far corner there to your right hand side, that is an African elephant. African elephants have a few methods to try to keep themselves on the cool and hot summer days. That's one of them. Finding a nice shady cove and just hiding away in there. But let's continue on with the journey and see what else we might be able to discover. And off there to your left hand side, a few more African elephants, a little small tail over there if you can see it there. When an African elephant is first born, they're very small. They start life about 2.5 feet tall, 300 pounds. It will take them close to 20 years to become a full-grown adult, at which point they can stand anywhere from 5 up to 7.5 feet tall, and weighing on the lower end of 10,000 to the higher end of 14,000 pounds. They live a very long time too. The average lifespan is anywhere from the youngest of 45 to the oldest by the recorded history around 80 years of age. And they eat quite a bit of food throughout the day's time. 300 pounds worth of food they'll eat, and they also drink around 45 gallons worth of water as well. The way that they talk to each other is by 3 different ways. They have, of course, their trunks, or they have body gestures. They even can talk to each other through their own feet, making this micro vibration to and from one another when they're within certain proximities of each other. There to the left-hand side are the great share flamingos. A few of them bickering with each other. It's funny when they fight because their back feathers rustle a little bit and they just start pecking at each other. They're a bird that stands about 5 feet tall. They only weigh 9 pounds. But they're also not a migratory bird. Once they find a location they like, they will stay there for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
The group of them all gathered together in one single place is called a flamboyant. But now we're going to be heading into the East Savannah region. Hiding in the very back corner over there to the left, those are a few cheetahs. Cheetahs can go from the speed of 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. We can only maintain it for a few hundred yards. Also here to the left is the ostrich, the biggest and flightless birds of the wild. Though they are a flightless bird, those very long, strong talons they have allow them to reach a speed of around 40 miles per hour. And they're also strong enough, those talons, that they can fend off the attack of a lion if they were needed to. a group of ostriches known as a flock. And cheetahs really don't have a roar to them. The most you ever could hear from a cheetah vocal-wise would be a very soft, almost purr-like noise. Further ahead are some lions coming into view.
Oh yeah, alright, we gotta go view on the lions.
The lions are very inactive. They spend 16 to 20 hours of their day just resting, sleeping, conserving their energy for later times of night when they would be out on the hunt. A group of lions that typically will consist of one male and then multiple females. And up here to your right hand side are some white rhinoceros. A white rhinoceros weighs between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds, a lot larger than the cousins of the black rhinoceros. They're also a very social creature, so it's a very rare thing you ever find one of them by themselves. They typically travel in a pair or a group of people, which is called a crash. Laying on the ground, also there to your right hand side, is a buntam. A very small, chestnut brown goat creature that in direct sunlight will have a purple shine look to its coat. And if you ever hear the roar of a lion, that is a roar that can be heard well over 5 miles away. The reason this is because lions' roars reverberate in the air, and they use their full rib cages to push out each individual roar. Laying by the tree there to your left is a warthog, the biggest prey creatures in the world.
Oh, you see him up there?
And the group of warthogs is called soundhound. Though a warthog has very short, stubby little legs, they are able to run to very high speeds of around 40 miles per hour. Another ostrich to your right, and also laying on the ground over there are some ostrich eggs. The ostrich eggs only weigh 3 pounds, but are more than capable of withstanding nearly 300 pounds of pressure and not even crack. The amount of yolk inside of one egg equals to the same amount you would find in 2 dozen normal chicken eggs. Now we're going to be heading into the Magadi Lake.
Sorry, couldn't get a good view on ostrich egg. Oh, we have donkeys! Or goats? No, those are goats.
This is where you'll find the Warden's Post, and I see a lot of Nigerian dwarf goats all across the hills up here.
Right up there.
These goats are very social, very friendly goats. They coexist with local wardens, farmers, and villagers.
I bet the goats are very friendly. I bet they are.
And they like to do their own things throughout the course of the day. They'll eat, they'll sleep, and they'll occasionally bump heads with one another. But now we're going to continue this journey all the way back to the main village. And I do hope you enjoy seeing the animals out here today, because they're not only about that you take it to your hearts what you see, but to be mindful and to think about all the different ways you can help out these animals. Doing something simple as recycling or using a reusable item will always help to reduce the amount of waste in the world, give Earth this chance of recovery, and animals will have a place to expand and grow and thrive in their numbers in the world and not go extinct. Because every small little effort we do on our part can always help in that large way for the animals to go on. And any way you can find to help with the animals is always only very greatly helpful or very greatly